Yeah, okay. Yeah, great. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today, it's gonna be something a little different. I am going to be working on the Golf R. I need to do an oil change on this car, and I don't know if you can tell. Well, first off, don't mind the engine bay being so dirty, but you need to do an oil change. And with these cars, you also got to replace the cam follower, because if the cam follower dies or it goes bad, it can destroy the camshaft, and rebuilding that or getting a new one does not sound like a lot of fun. It does not sound like something I want to do either. I've already replaced the cam follower once on this car, and it said that you should replace it maybe like every other oil change depending on how the wear is, so I guess I'll check that out. Check it out when I take it out of the car. But here I got the oil we're gonna use. Got the Liqui Moly Gen 1. I heard that this one is better than just the regular Liqui Moly because it has different additives to keep the engine good, I guess. Then here, got the cam follower. These both were from ECS Tuning. But yeah, right now I gotta go get oil filter, because I always do an oil filter every time I change my oil. I know some people don't, but I like to do it. Give me some peace of mind. But anyways, let's go to O'Reilly's to get me a new oil filter. Forgot to mention, while filming the current video you're watching and the next video after that, I was sick while filming them, and I still am right now. I don't know if you can tell by my nasally voice, but that's why I don't have too much energy while filming. But I promise you, next couple videos, we'll be back to normal. With that being said, let's get right back to the video. Something that I forgot to mention was that I like to drive my car before doing an oil change to, you know, heat the engine up, warm up the oil, so that when I do the oil change, the oil comes out faster. Mission success. Don't know what would have went wrong, but got the oil filter. Now I can start working on this car. Move on to the next side. Now I gotta check if they're secured. To make sure that the car's secured, just like to give it a little push out where the jack stands are. Give it a nice little push. Make sure that this car isn't going anywhere. And to make sure that it does not follow me while I work on it. I'm gonna get my little oil drain container. I'm gonna just slide it under the car for now, and then I'm gonna get the parts that I need to take off the drain bolt and the oil filter housing. Since I don't have a skid plate, it makes the job a whole lot easier, because the drain bolt is just right around the corner over there, so I don't have to worry about taking off a bunch of little Torx bits and stuff like that. I can just directly access the drain bolt. I do want to get, however, a skid plate so shit doesn't keep, you know, hitting my oil pan, which would then lead to getting a new oil pan. But anyways, if I remember correctly, it's a 19mm socket, and if you somehow have a 36mm socket, I believe, you can then take off the oil filter. Yeah, 36mm. I don't know why, but that's what does the job. Get my 19mm socket, get it lined up. Loosen it. There we go. Loosen it. Get the. I know this is not a flattering angle, but get the drain container right here. Start loosening up the drain plug. oil is out. We're gonna let that drain. I have a magnetic drain plug that I use, and upon inspecting, after I just cleaned it, but before I cleaned it, I inspected it. No little fragments of engine came out with the oil or was on the tip of this, so I'd say that is a pretty good sign. This car does worry me a bit because it is a Volkswagen, and I've previously had a GTI and did not have a very good experience with that, so I don't know why I bought another Golf, but I did what I did, and I must face the consequences. This torque wrench to help, because last time this was a bit of a pain to get off. Okay, got it off. At this point, I can just use my hands. Yeah, okay, yeah, oh, great. That's just fantastic, isn't it? Okay, well, I'll get this mess sorted out. Well, now that the oil filter's out, we can take out the oil filter. We can take out this little guard. There's a little tab right here. I know you can't really see it, but there's a little tab right here that can take out this little O-ring. There we go. Old O-ring out. Old oil filter's out. Now we're left with the oil filter housing. Definitely gonna give this a good clean, as yep, we can see clearly it needs to clean. We're gonna take some of the old oil and we're gonna get the new O-ring out. Get some of the old oil, kind of get it on the new O-ring so it gets on easier. And we're just gonna slide it right on, push it down into the little crevice. There you go. New O-ring is in. Now we can get the new oil filter. Look at that. Nice and new. And just slide it into the filter housing, and boom. That's all you need to do. Okay, now we're gonna put the oil filter back into its housing, and we're just gonna tighten that up just like that. I want to get it about hand tight. That's really all you want, to be honest. I just kind of use this as just a little safety. A little bit of a tighten, just like that. That's all you need. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pretty much get this drain plug on. Sorry, hold on, let me get this on. There we go. You don't want it to back out or leak under any circumstance. Got the new oil ready. We're gonna add in 4.9 quarts, 5 quarts of oil, because it's the oil capacity of this engine with the oil filter. Well, I believe that'll be it, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyways, then the oil change. I'll do the cam follower in another video. Went pretty smoothly, besides the oil filter housing kind of boom all over the place, but other than that, seems to be doing alright. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.